Hey guys, and welcome back to another Let's Play by author Christopher. Now on this one we're going to be going over the game Pioneers. I don't know too much about it. It's actually a early access version on Steam. It's still in development, and it's kind of like a Settlers game from what I can get the gist of. So we're going to go ahead and just start, kind of get just thrown into it. And if I get into any trouble, I'll go ahead and look it up online and see if I can figure the stuff out for you. But hopefully we can just get through the game. That's the hallmark of a good game, is that somebody can just pick it up and start playing without having to do any research into it. So let's just see what you can do. Now there are different options you can go through. You can change the resolution. You can do full screen. I did full screen and the monitor flashes for some reason. I've actually had that happen on one other new release that's still in alpha development. So I'm not sure if that's a bug or if that's something to do with the graphic driver, so I'm not holding that against them. Colors, you got the special palette. I'm just going with none. There's it's a Butte, weird and inverted, CGA 1. Let's see, CGA 1 dark, CGA 1 2, first person shooter, Hookum, and we'll experiment with that stuff later on, but for now we're just going to go with the default. You also have music and sound effects, so we're going to go ahead and close that. And we haven't played one yet, so we're going to go with brand new games since we don't have anything to load. So story mode. Play through the story mode, completing quests and assembling your party as you go to become a famous explorer. Quick adventure. Customize your band of travelers and their gear, settle on the world, and jump right into the adventure. So we're going to go ahead and do story mode to start with. Eventually we'll come back and do quick adventure and try that out, but because I don't know a lot about the game, I'm going to start with, probably this is going to be like a little tutorial, I'm hoping anyways. I'm afraid of new places, I can do it maybe. I am the one who discovers, so easy, medium, and then hard apparently. So we're going to go with easy, because from what I've read, this can be a little bit of a difficult game. When you first start off. So our very first playthrough is just going to be on easy. Let's go with begin. Dearest Father, when you shall receive this letter, I have long been on the seas heading to the New World. I remember fondly when I was young, and you took me for a hike in the nearby forest, teaching a young boy to read the valuable signs of nature. I then knew I wanted to go and explore the world. There is much to see and much to do. You encouraged me and told me I would go down in history. I shall not rest until I have seen what lies beyond the horizon, as I am curious. They say each journey begins with a single step, and I'm ready to take the first one. I shall board the ship Olden very soon, a town to many explorers, to gather some of the fine men to accompany me on this dangerous journey. I am grateful for the gold you have provided to help get started. I'm accompanied by some very interesting people on this trip. Moresby, a seasoned hunter, Takada, a very friendly spiritual man from whom I can learn a lot. Looking forward to the travel. Father, I will make you proud. So basically the story is he's going to be going to the town to get some more people. We already have 2 people with us apparently. A hunter and I guess a spiritual guide. And I guess maybe we need somebody else. I don't know what kind of other classes there are to pick from, but let's see what happens. The captain of the Chalitin Athena and the passengers are conversing on the upper deck. The wind is slowly picking up speed, and slacked ropes clunk against the hull of the ship. And that's how I killed the bear, rather bizarrely, says Moresby as he finishes up another of his hunting stories. Most fascinating tale, Mr. Moresby. Surely you have kept a trophy of what adventurous events, replies the captain with a faint interest in discussion in hand. Oh, indeed, good sir. I carry the claw of the bear with me everywhere I travel. It has brought me nothing but good luck on my voyages. The kind-spirited Injin Takolaka Takadoda is clearly upset upon hearing this. Not raising his voice, he says, nature, to be commanded, must be obeyed. What? Surely you don't believe this utter nonsense. That is quite the sort of witchcraft I travel here to get away from. The snarky tone of Moresby does not pass Dakota, but he seems unfazed. During his years with living amongst these people, he has come to accept their rudeness and sometimes unpleasant manners. Everybody quiets down for a moment, waiting to break the silence. The captain turns to you and asks, "How about you, young fellow? I don't believe we have yet introduced you. Who are you?" And so I guess maybe now I get to create my character. I sure do. So create an explorer. I'm going to go ahead and use my own name that I use for my characters, which is Demiro Sinclair. And profession. What's the good profession? I got scout here. Can I pick something else? Here you can create the first member of your party. If you have not played Pioneers before and you are unsure which profession to choose, then the scout is the safe bet to take. Okay, so we're going to go with the scout, which has strength 3, stamina 5 plus 2, agility 3 plus 3, intellect 3, and perception 3. I wish you could kind of click on these things and see, you know, what... This is for your appearance, I guess. So I want to go with... I like this one, actually. Not sure what the little pixel next to it is, a little apple or something that I dropped. Let's see, do I have any points to align skill? Ability to fight barehanded. That might be kind of good at the beginning. I don't know if you start with a weapon or not. Ability to use small, lightweight, single-handed melee weapons, knives and daggers. Ballistic arms, ability to use ranged weaponry. Pole arm, ability to use long-shafted melee weapons, spear, halberd. Climbing, ability to climb up and down cliff walls. That will probably come in handy. Hiking, ability to traverse through forest for shortcuts without getting lost. That could probably be pretty nice. I think all these sound actually pretty nice. Ability to cook food for increased nutritional value. Ability to start campfires even in wet conditions. That's probably the one I'm going to go with. Fishing. That one doesn't even have a description yet. Anybody who's ever spent time outside, you know, in a camp or in the woods knows that when it gets nightfall, it's great to have a fire. And starting fires may look easy when professionals are doing it. It's actually not that easy. So if this guy can have a little bit more, you know, ability to do that, especially in wet conditions, that's what I'm going to go with. So let's add that. Can I pick more than one? I guess I can pick more than one. That's cool. So let's see. Fire, and I guess cooking, because that goes with the fire. Let's see, how many can we have? How about hiking? Actually fishing, because that goes with the whole cooking as well. There we go. So we got fishing, cooking, and fire. So we shouldn't go hungry. Finding water, that might be a whole nother story. But if you have fish, chances are you have some kind of water nearby. Maybe not able to be drunk, you know, because maybe seawater, you know. So let's see, how many points can we put into this stuff? I guess agility and stamina are very important. That's why they're giving you extra points for that. Oh, I guess they've already assigned the points, so you don't have to. Okay, I guess we're going to go ahead and end it there. After briefly introducing yourself to the captain, it's clearly delighted to meet you. Excellent, Mr. Sinclair. Glad to have a man such noble skills on board. Having not been properly introduced earlier, Dakota says, every compliment starts with the decision to try. May the spirits bless you. Moresby seems to pay little attention to you and instead turns to the captain and asks about the voyage. Tell us, Captain, how long till we reach Olden? The land is close. It must be. The wind has been generous, and should it stay that way, we mustn't be further than a week. He replies, what worries me is the storm ahead. I had great confidence we would go past it, but it seems to be headed straight for us. After a brief pause, he adds, the last leg of the journey might be choppy. Moresby and yourself look ahead of the ship and see a dark storm cloud approaching in the distance. To your surprise, you find the storm moving in rather quickly. Dakota has walked further back the ship and is repeatedly saying something to himself. All of a sudden, everything goes white for a brief moment, and a thunderous clap can be heard not a second from the flash. So I guess a little bit of correction in their writing would make this a little bit easier to read. Did you see that? Says Moresby rather excitedly as he continues. This is unlike any storm I've ever seen, and I've seen a few in my day. Okay. I'm guessing maybe Dakota has something to do with it since he's over there mumbling to himself. First drops of rain can be heard bouncing against the thick cloth of the sails above. The storm is closing in at an ever-increasing pace, and after a short while the rain becomes drowningly dense. The ships creak violently as she moves up and down and crashes into the oncoming waves. The captain yells, "Hold on to your hats," and pipes everybody. Grabbing their hats, everybody rushingly searches something to hold on to. Dakota has returned from the back of the ship to join the group. A sudden strong breeze wipes the hat off of Moresby. "My hat!" he exclaims. Captain, now with a complete stern face, barely manages to hold on to the wheel. The ship is completely under the storm's cloud, and the hull creaks vehemently. Bolts of lightning hit the ocean all around the ship. All of a sudden, a loud crack can be heard. Several strong waves hit the ship from the side, cracking the hull. The chatelaine filling with water is no longer controllable, and in last desperation, the captain yells, "I can't keep her steady much longer. We're sinking. Abandon ship." So kind of an excited way to start. You jump the ship and land in what feels like freezing water. The dense rain splashes on the sea, and crackling of the ship and the sinking ship make hearing anything an almost impossible task. But you faintly hear your name being called. You look around, and as the constant flashing of lightning illuminates the dark sea, you notice Dakota hanging onto a piece of the side of the ship, waving and yelling at you. You swim towards him and eventually manage to grab and climb onto the drifting piece of wood. As morning arrives, bringing daylight and warmth of spring, you barely manage to keep your eyes open, just long enough to find the sea calm and no sign of last night's distress. Dakota has reached around you and with all his strength keeps you from slipping off the piece of wood. From the corner of your eye, you can make out what seems like land in the distance before losing conscious. You come around to find yourself on firm ground beside a fire giving you warmth so you desperately need. Dakota is kneeling on the ground beside you, looking over you, and says, let's see what he says. Is that the fire right there? Is that me? Mr. Sinclair, wake up. It's Dakota. Spirits have been kind and storm spared us. Okay. Mr. Sinclair was unwell, and Dakota went to procure herbs. You appear better. These are strong herbs Dakota has collected, no? I have no clue, because you guys haven't showed me any herbs. Dakota, I owe my life to that man. Had I been washed up on the shore separate from his knowledge, approach to medicine, I would have never survived. Since that storm, it has often vexed me how I am ever going to repay him for his good what? His good deed? Would you like me to play through the tutorial? Yes, I would. There were things from ship on beach, so Dakota went and collected them. There were things from ship on the... I think there's supposed to be a the in there. There was things from the ship on the beach. This is a little difficult to read sometimes. Examine the campsite and pick up all the items. On the right is the list of actions the currently selected character, Demiro Sinclair, can perform based on current location, state, and items equipped. You can also right-click on the map and objects to bring up the contextual action menu. Examine the campsite and pick up all the items. Okay. Let's see, how do we examine the campsite? So I right-clicked on that. Let's see. Is this an axe? Guess we'll pick up that. A flask. I can drink, I can pick up, I can dismiss. What about this? Biscuits. We'll pick up all of them. How do you get out of here? Close the camp. How do you close it then? Okay, I don't understand how we... Let's see... Got the emblem To quickly switch between characters, press the tab key. Okay, how do you close this down? Exit key. Okay, so exit did that. Escape. You can now access your inventory by pressing the I key or by clicking on the backpack icon on the sidebar. So I guess this is your backpack over here. What about weapon? Can I put this over here in your hand? Yep, I sure can. So I got it on the left hand, right hand, and armor. So let's see. Close that down. You should now journey towards Olden. Taka thinks it's not far. Please follow me, Mr. Sinclair. I can't see anybody on the map. Oh, there he is. How do I follow him? Let's leave campsite. Follow me, because he knows the way. Almost want to try chopping down a tree or something. Your character is out of moves. To continue traveling in the current turn by clicking the In Turn button in the bottom right corner or by pressing E. Bottom right corner. How do you know how many moves you have? Where does it show that? There he is. Can I not move anymore? Oh, moves left. So my turn. This dense forest is blocking the path, Mr. Sinclair. Use the axe to cut down the forest. The Pioneer's gear panel shows the currently selected item. Where's the Pioneer? I don't see the currently selected item. Actions available for the item can be accessed by right-clicking on the icon in the inventory screen. Some actions can be accessed when right-clicking an object or a title in the game. Select the axe and use it to cut down the forest in front of you. So if I use it right here, how do I use it? Remember, this is a turn-based game. To complete any work, you need to end the turn. The number of turns required to finish the job is displayed at the bottom of the screen. So 2 turns. So is this my guy moving? Because I didn't tell him to go all the way down here. Unless I did by complete mistake. Cutting forest. Completed in 2 turns. Completed next turn. So I guess he just continues to do that until I say in turn. There we go. Follow me, Mr. Sinclair. Let's go into here. Did I get any wood out of that? No? No wood. I don't think I should drink that water. Because I don't know if it's safe. Wish I could examine it. Where's he at anyways? You can kind of see the path that he leaves behind, which is kind of cool. No moves left. Now we should rest and find something to eat, Mr. Sinclair. Should go and collect some berries, and Dakota... Oh, I guess I didn't get to read all that. That's pretty quick. Collect some berries from a nearby bush. You can pick berries from bushes. To highlight all the nearby resources, you could pick up and hold the control key. Once you've located the berries, move there and right-click on the bush and select Show from the context menu. You can then pick up the berries. So let's go ahead and put the control button down. Pick up and... What do you mean by pick up? Because I'm holding the control button down and it's not doing anything. Okay. Guess we're going to have to end our turn. Are these berries over here? Is that what that stuff is? It's a bush. And I guess these are berries. Can't I take them? Can I move move that off to the side. Nope. What am I doing wrong here? And the control doesn't do anything at all. Oh, there we go. Take it. Now that you have picked up the berries, take them back to Dakota. Enter the campsite and simply drop the berries from your inventory. To the campsite? Seriously? All the way back down here? It's a long way to go. Unless he set up another campsite way up there. I drink 3 units. Campsite. Let's see, campsite. Just drop them. How do we drop them? It says to drop them. It won't let me drop them though. About close. Can you drop it now? What am I doing wrong? How about if I eat? I don't want to eat, I want to drop. What if I drop it down here? If I put it in my hand. Nope. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, guys. Okay, this is a little weird. Come on. There has to be something to this. What if I move it over here now? Take item and drop on the ground, or put it over here. I don't understand why it won't let me drop it in the campsite. Unless this is the wrong campsite, because I don't see him here. Let's go back up to the top. I bet he made another one up here. That would make more sense than coming all the way back down like I did. You can see he makes a better path than the one I originally took, just by telling him to come all the way up here. You can see it's raining. Let's keep going. Where are you at, Dakota? My turn. Where did he go, man? Dude booked it somewhere. I don't even see his path anymore. Not up there. Probably not doing this right. Did seem pretty vague though. Go back to this campsite. Show me where the freaking campsite is. Can I go down this way? Come on. Where are we going? Guess we can head this direction. I guess he can't climb that well, that's why he's going down these little ramps. Ooh, it's the end. My little bar disappeared over here. Mr. Sinclair has very notable pathfinding skills indeed. We're just outside Alden, and Dakota thinks, well, he thinks something. It didn't stay up on the screen long enough. Oh, there we go. As we near Alden and I look at my ragged clothes and my battered body, I realize my will is strong, and this had all been a test, an exercise to become a more stalwart man. I was grateful for the ordeal. Wow. Well, you survived a shipwreck and you made your way out of a forest. So yeah, that's a cool story, but I wouldn't be grateful for it. Grateful you survived maybe, but not about the whole thing. I woke in a bed at the town doctor's house with not the faintest of ideas how I got there. My body still ached, but I felt full of energy, and something called me for the unknown. I got up and wandered out the door. So this guy passes out quite a bit. Granted, he did just go through a huge ordeal, but the first thing he does is leave the doctor's house without even saying thank you or here's some money for all the help you did. That's kind of a little ungrateful. So let's see, where am I? Is this me right here? Visit docks. No, I think I'm already there. Let's see, can I click on any of these houses? This is tavern. Manage party, talk to townsfolk. What about over here? A little camp. Can I move on the map? Yeah, I can move. A little bit. It's about as far as I can go. Can't go down any more than I am. Let's see. Anything in these buildings? Closed for business. This supply store does not seem to be open. See if you can learn why or find this shopkeeper in the tavern. Okay. Let's see. Anything there? Nope. So basically, tavern or the docks. And I guess I'll go to the docks real quick just to visit them. All quiet on the seafront. Okay, that was pretty quick. What about talk to townsfolk? Tavern is where everybody in the town gathers to let off steam, drink, laugh, and share stories. See if you hear anything interesting. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and actually end the first episode here, guys, before we get too involved in what's going on in the town. This is actually a pretty cool game. It's still in development, obviously, but it's called Pioneers. I'll leave a link down below where you guys can get the game if you want to try it out as well. Again, guys, I want to thank you for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. And I'll probably be doing 1 or 2 videos of this every week. I'm not sure what days I'll be putting them out on. Probably Tuesdays and Saturdays or something like that. But again, guys, I'll catch you on the next episode.